Thank you for joining me today on Good News with Twanda Black, where we're discovering some of the most inspiring trials to triumph stories and empowerment moments. Call up a friend and let them know it's time for some good news.
Welcome to Good News with Twanda Black. I am your host. You know, we get to talk to folks from all walks of life about their good news, because ultimately, when your brothers and sisters are doing well, we are doing well. We like to celebrate everybody. Sit back, relax, and enjoy my next guest. Joining me today is the incomparable Keri Fraser. Love her. She's my dear friend.
Yes.
And she is a recording artist. She is a pastor, an evangelist, the author, a mama, a wife. Girl, how many hats you got?
I almost got tired while you were saying that.
Woo!
Wow. Hello.
It's all of that. You know, it's amazing. I think that women are able to do so many things, don't you?
Yeah, you know, I'm so incredibly grateful. Well, first of all, I'm grateful to be here because I am with the Twanda Black. But I am so happy to be here. And you're right. There's so many things as women that we juggle, you know. As you mentioned, I am a recording artist with Uncle G Records and all that you said and more, you know.
Right.
But I love wearing all those hats, Twanda, because they allow me the opportunity to represent the kingdom and to spread the love of Jesus Christ wherever I go, wherever I have to show up. You know, I want people to know that they've encountered God in me. And so I'm excited. Now, I'm not going to say that I don't drop some stuff sometimes.
You and me both. I totally understand, because sometimes we can't keep all the balls in the air, but we do the best we can. That's what we do.
Yes, by grace.
Yes, by God's grace. Some people may or may not know you, so tell us a little bit about who you are, and then tell us about your career as an artist.
Oh my. Well, you know what? I am a worshiper at my very core, you know, and I was born and raised in the beautiful United States Virgin Islands. And, you know, I just started serving in my church. I started singing in my church. I love to sing. I love to worship. I love to make an impact. And so that turned into recording. I didn't know that's where it would lead me. But, you know, when you say yes to God, you don't always know where that's going to take you. You just know that he's not going to let go of your hand. Okay. And so he has given me the grace to do so many amazing things. As I mentioned, I'm with Uncle G Records. I've had an opportunity to just, I think, be an ambassador for the Praise Factor Awards.
Yes.
Oh, my God. So just great things that God is doing in our lives. Music that's being released. We made it to the first round ballot of the Stellar Awards. When I tell you that God is just blowing my mind in this season, I'm looking at God like, show off then.
Really?
Go ahead and show off, God. I love it.
So recording artists like where you are today, that was never in your plan?
Never. I had no idea. I loved to sing, but I didn't know that that's where it would take me. Twanda, I thought I would be an English teacher. Shout out to all the English teachers, because I had such a great English teacher. That's what I wanted to do, you know, and I just didn't know that this is where the Lord would take me, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, he has my yes. He has my heart. And so whether it's to show up with preaching or music or writing books or doing outreach, whatever it is that he wants Keri to do, it's a yes for me.
Wow. Yeah. That's amazing. And I love that you're saying that was a yes, because imagine had you just said, I know God's not calling me to that. I know I'm not going to that place because that's not what was in my plan, you know?
Right.
That's
Well,
great.
like, you know, one of the things that I often say to people is that God factored it all in. Because so many times when God, you know, asks us to do an assignment, we give him all the list of why we are unqualified. God, you know, my background, you know, my bank account, I don't have connections, all the reasons why we shouldn't be the one doing the assignment. And so one day the Lord really had to get on me, because while I was like Moses, telling him all the reasons why I shouldn't be the one that's doing this, he reminded me that he knew that already. And so maybe somebody that's watching, you know, they may need that assurance that when God asks you to do something, it may seem like me. Yes, you. He factored everything in, your background, your education, your everything about you, every flaw, every strength, and he still called you to do it. So I had to realize God factored in everything about me and still said, Keri, this is what I want you to do. You know, so he has my yes. Because when we say yes to what God has assigned us to do, he gives us the grace to do it. What you're seeing right now is not just Keri, it's the grace of God that's allowed me to do this. And I'm so honored about that.
That's amazing, Simone. And I mean, I hope everybody hears what you are saying, just really to the core of it. Your yes, you said yes. And God said, okay, let me just breathe into this situation and make it so. And that's what he did. And just watching your walk has been amazing. You've written books. Talk about your books for a moment. And when do you have time to write books, you know?
Listen, when? But I've written 3 books. The first book that I wrote was called Taking the Limits Off. And we just wanted to encourage people to allow God to be God. You know, I often say to people, we believe that he could heal the headache, but then we don't believe he can heal cancer. You know, and so I wanted people to take the limits off of God. And once we do that, then we can take the limits off of ourselves, you know. And then the second book I wrote was called Tea with Pastor Keri, because of course, you know, I'm an island girl. And we would often drink our tea in the morning and I would do my devotion. And so I just wanted people to have that time to just pause. Though it's so busy right now in the world and people are going 100 miles an hour. And sometimes you just need to pause and be refreshed in the presence of God. And the third book that I wrote is called Released from Rejection.
I love that.
You know, I realized that a lot of people were stuck. And they were stuck because of rejection. They were stuck, you know, because even in this industry, you know, that I'm in, you know, sometimes when you are trying to show up as your authentic self, it might not be received. But you have to know that God has not rejected you. God has accepted you. And so I just wanted to encourage people who might have been stuck at the place of rejection and say, wait a minute. Jesus went to those who rejected him. And then when they did, he turned and went to who would accept him. And maybe somebody today is stuck at the place of rejection, but you need to know that there's somebody who's waiting on what you have, you know? So
there's an audience for everything, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Where can they find those books?
On my website, www.kerifraser.com.
Okay, that's Kerifraser.
I love how you do it.
So today, and just recently, just a few days ago, you just released a new single from your new EP, Yesterday, Today, and Forever. Why did you choose that title, first of all? Yesterday, Today, and Forever.
Because, you know, Hebrews 13 verse 8 tells us Jesus Christ, the same yesterday, today, forever. And it just felt like so much was changing in the world. You know, just so much was changing. And because of the changes, people were experiencing fear and anxiety and doubt and all of these different emotions. And I just wanted to settle people on the fact that even though things change, situations change, even people change,
Right.
you know what I mean? God doesn't change.
Yeah.
He's still powerful. He's still mighty. He's still holy. And, you know, I just wanted people to have that reassurance. You can lean on him. You can trust in him and depend on him. So we took that scripture, and it just felt so right with the songs that God was given to us to release, that, yes, he's the same yesterday, today, forever. And that gives me peace in the midst of it.
Because, you know, like you say, in the midst of this crazy world, God is the same. Our God is the same. He is not going to change.
Not going to change.
I love it. So talk about your EP. I know the song that you released, Same God, and the video is marvelous. And can't wait to see you out and performing that. But talk about what else is on that EP.
Whew. All right, so we've given you a taste of 2 songs from the EP, and the amazing award-winning producer Sean Keys produced this entire EP. And of course, you know, Uncle G, you know, he has his fingerprints all over it. He wants to believe that he sang background, but nobody has any record of it. And I'm saying that right on this show. Okay, so but they are so amazing. The team, Adolpha Scott helped with some of the writing and arrangements, also Tiffany Graham. But we released 2 songs, You Are Holy,
yes,
and Same God. Both songs to Twanda hit Billboard's top 100. Oh my God. And we are so excited about that. And so some people are familiar with those 2, but we have a few other songs on there. We have a song called Forever. And that song speaks to the fact that God reigns forever. And as long as he reigns, I'm going to praise him. So he reigns forever, and I'm going to praise him, and I'm going to worship him forever. That one is going to have you dancing. I'll tell you that right now. We also have Resurrection Power, because I wanted to remind people that whatever situation they found themselves in, the same power that raised Jesus from the dead is the same power that can pull you out of any pit, any trap, any situation, any trial you find yourself in. That resurrection power is not just for Jesus Christ, it's for us too, right? And then there's a song called Mighty, has a little island feel to it. Of course. And that song is just reminding people that we serve a mighty God, that he still works miracles, that he's still our champion, and he's victorious. So you're going to have such a mixture of worship. You're going to have a mixture of praise. You know, I mean, even the song Same God is just a reminder to people that God works miracles, that he does not change. That's a beautiful
crossover song too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
The moment Sean Keys heard it, he was like, this is going on the EP. Okay.
I love Sean. He is so excellent in what he does, you know?
Oh, yes, he is. He works you hard. He works you hard, though, now.
And that's what I was getting ready to ask. What was it like working with Sean, somebody who's pulling you out of your comfort zone? What is that like? Because I know you were stretched.
Listen, Sean Keys worked me, okay? I was stretched. If there was anything on the inside of me, he pulled it out, okay? We left nothing, okay? Wow. He's an incredible producer. But I want to say something about Sean Keys, honestly, because I joke around a lot, but he was so amazing in this process. You know, just making sure that these songs really spoke to where God is taking me as an artist, pulling me out of my comfort zone, allowing me in the studio to be who I am, but allowing me to also recognize that there were things that I could do that I didn't think that I could do. Because when you have a great producer, they will push you not to be someone else, but to be the very best version of yourself. Yeah. And I really appreciate Sean Keys, and I appreciate Uncle G, because, you know, it's such an incredible team And they're not just like, there are some producers you work with, and once you're finished recording and that, that work is done, they just move on. They're not like that. I mean, Sean will text me, hey, you need to get on social media. Hey, what about this? Hey, look at this, do this. And I'm just like, they never just left me at the end of the recording. They are really working to make sure that I'm stretched in every area. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate that, because that's not the norm, so shout out to Sean Keys, shout out to Uncle G. I can't talk enough about how great it is to work with Uncle G. I'm serious. He's amazing.
And you know what I like about, he's just so kind. He's got a good heart. He's just so kind. Anybody that asks me about my mother every time you see me, he's just kind,
He is very kind. When I first started to work with Uncle G, one of the things I really appreciated about him was he made it clear, this is going to be hard work.
Yeah.
He made it clear from the beginning, and he works so hard. And anyone connected with him, you have to work hard, because that's just who he is. But like you said, he's very kind, and he really wants the best for his artists. And so I am really grateful. I'm grateful to you. I'm grateful to Pastor T. I'm grateful to my Praise Factor team that said, hey, this is the connection. This is the next step that you need to take. And we have to appreciate in life, not just where we are, but the people who were kind enough to connect us to the next level. So I want to personally take time to say thank you, Twanda. Thank you to Pastor T, the Praise Factor Awards family. From the bottom of my heart, I'm really grateful.
Well, look, you earned it. Here's the thing that a lot of artists think that they will get with an Uncle G, and that Uncle G is going to make you a star. No, Uncle G is going to work you and make sure that you make your own star. And so that's the thing. People think, I hired you. Oh yeah, you're going to do everything. That's not how it works. You can ask any artist, top, bottom, middle. You got to do the work. You got to put the work in.
You have to do the work. You have to put the work in. No one can want it more for you than you want it for yourself. So you have to put in the work. And he's very open. And Sean, I can ask any question about the industry, because they want me to learn. And I think that as artists, we have to have a posture of learning. We can't come in like we've arrived and we have it all together. We have to have that posture to learn. And I think that was something that was developed even at Praise Factor Awards. Staying with the Praise Factor Awards family, it really put me in a frame of mind to learn this industry, to be better, to push myself. And so, I do come into this new space thinking, okay, I'm going to learn everything that I can. Right. So
that's right.
Anybody that's listening that's not connected with Praise Factor Awards and you need to be connected, it is a place for you to be developed. And so I'm a living witness.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And that's one of our tenets. We're a teaching ministry in this business at the level that folks come in at. So if you want to learn, we're here for you. We're here for you. We're going to check out Same God. Tell everybody where they can see you, where they can book you, where they can find out more about Keri Fraser.
Whew. All right. So first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm very easy to connect with. www.kerifraser.com, KeriFraser. On Instagram, it's @I am Keri Fraser. And please connect, because we have dropped this beautiful, beautiful video. We have the EP Yesterday, Today, and Forever dropping on May 15th. And, we have a tour coming up. We have so many great things that I don't want you to miss. So stay connected, and don't just watch the video once. Watch it on repeat. Tell all your family, all your friends to watch this video, and leave a comment, because I answer every comment. I want to stay connected to you. Thank you, Twanda.
And you know what? Happy Mother's Day to one of the best mothers that I know.
Oh,
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to you and your mom and your grandmother.
Thank you so much, everybody. Keri Fraser. We're looking forward to next because we know it's coming.
It's coming.
God bless. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for Good News. If you'd like to be a guest, you can reach out to us at news@thepgnetwork.org and catch Good News on pgntv.com. Look, I'll see you next time with more good news. God bless you. I'm Twanda Black.